Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to talk about the abuse that I just went through when I went to the shops by the people that are still involved in trying to abuse me to death as a community here. So since I opened my eyes up this morning, I have been going through abuse. The neighbour that lives in the unit right next door to me, she was abusing my air from the time I woke from my sleep this morning. She was sitting there waiting for that to happen. She was sitting there watching the monitor. This implant that's been implanted in my body told her that I was waking up, and before I even opened my eyes, actually, she was sending bacteria and the horrible odor of her home into my home as soon as I woke up. So this is what they do. They start carrying out abuse before I even move of a morning, and it's to try and make me feel like I don't want to get up out of bed today. You know, I just want to die. I want to give up. That's what they're hoping. But no, it actually it helps me to get up, and it just helps me to know that, you know, I know that that person's made a really bad choice by doing what she's doing. So it helps me in the way that, you know, I've got something to talk about on my channel to show other people the kind of tactics this community is using to try and abuse me to death. So the day started off like that. The woman that lives in the unit downstairs from me, she abused me until about between 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m. this morning. She was tampering with the air in my home. She was heating up things on her stove and sending through the odours and the heat through her rigged range hood. All of the neighbours that are joined my home, their range hoods have been rigged over their stove so that they can abuse my senses and put me through torture with these disgusting smells. So she did that until, she's totally dedicated to trying to take my life. She starts sometimes at 3:30, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And she never stopped stalking me. So she went through until the early hours of the morning, until I fell asleep, and the monitor told her that I fell asleep. Then this morning, the woman in the unit next door to me continued to abuse my air with her, the smell of her home, until I left the house this morning. And there was also Transport New South Wales putting me through abuse when I first woke up this morning, and the Campbelltown police. It's a group effort. It's the same groups over and over, and all it's really doing is highlighting to everyone who those groups are, because we're seeing it every day. It's the people who are the most abusive. It's the people who are the most cruel, and for some of them, these are people that want a lump sum of money for abusing me to death. So it's the same people over and over again, and although it's not many people now, it's still it makes the abuse more intense, and it's cruel, because these are the cruelest people that are still involved. And the abuse is very intense because these are people that can abuse their power in some way, like Transport New South Wales workers who not only abused me with noise abuse to humiliate me to the whole town when I first woke up this morning, because the noise abuse that they carry out, the whole town can hear it. And then there's other transport drivers that go past my home, and, you know, even though that might be where they are supposed to be at the time, because of their job, they are still, when they go past my home, they go past very aggressively, and they're doing that for a reason. And they also do it so the other abusers can hear them. A lot of these people are people that just do what they're doing for attention from the other people, from the other abusers that are viewing into my home, you know, because this is a community here where a lot of people know each other. A lot of these people that are abusing their power have been in their jobs for many, many years. So, you know, if one of them goes past my home and everybody knows who it is, well, they're like, oh, that's so-and-so, you know, that's them in their vehicle carrying out abuse. So a lot of them do it for attention. So that's been happening all day. Then when I went out, before I even got to my car, there were neighbours stalking me. And these are people that are viewing into my home illegally. And there's many of them. It could be all of the neighbours here. I know there's one that isn't. There's one lady that doesn't involve herself in this. But from what I've seen, it's most of the other people. But there could be other people that aren't involved. So, yeah, I was stalked when I left the house. Those neighbours were watching for when I left the house. And, you know, it can look like it's circumstantial. And maybe it was. But the thing is, I know these people are watching me in my home. So that's what makes the difference. So they wait for me to be leaving the house when I get my bag and my keys. And there's also people that stalk by walking past or by driving past when I leave the home or when I'm on my way home. So when I left the house, two neighbours, one of them is one that's abusing my air, who stalks me 24 hours a day. I don't know, the other one might too, but this one abuses my air that I'm talking about now, and he puts himself out there just to try and trigger me to get angry, because, you know, it does make me angry to have to walk past somebody that's viewing into my home illegally, into my bedroom and my bathroom, who has stalked me aggressively for the past 22 months at least on these illegal cameras, who does nothing else with his time, and who is abusing my air constantly and looks for any way to harm me. Yeah, it's difficult to walk past someone like that, but you know, I've had to just think, I know this person's going to be caught any day, and I'll just leave it up to God. Anyway, then when I came home just then, the woman downstairs, she was outside as well, and she put herself there to deliberately try and trigger me too, because she's just like him. I mean, she was abusing me till 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. So, you know, she knew I was on my way home because she tracks my car, and she also tracks this monitor, this implant. So that's all happened this morning. And then I was stalked on the road all the way to the shopping centre and all the way home, and by all different people from all walks of life. And at the shopping centre, I was also stalked in the car park by people from all walks of life. One person in particular, though, it was one of these men in the utes that stalks me to try and intimidate me. So yeah, they just do anything they can, and he tried to block off where I was walking. So they do that sometimes. If I'm just walking through the car park, they will just pull out in front of me so that I can't I can get past, but it's like an intimidation thing. They go right in front of me with their vehicle, and then it's to try and cut me off from where I'm walking. So that person did that, and you know, this happens every time I go out. And then when I went into the shopping centre, I seen the disabled being exploited again. I Also seen, what else? So it was people from all walks of life stalking me. A lot of them were lookalikes of the neighbours here, lookalikes of my abusers from the past. That's a tactic they use. And just, yeah, a lot of lookalikes. And they use the things that I mentioned in my house. This is how they do this. The people that are viewing illegally into my home, and some of these people are from large organisations that have been involved in this abuse, and they have people viewing into my home illegally 24 hours a day, and these people sit there and they take notes about the things I say and do. And if I happen to mention anyone from the past, they will get a lookalike of that person. So this is how they're carrying out the abuse. It's because of these illegal cameras in my home. So, yeah, that happened at the shopping centre, and it's all done by people who track me down, and they try and get near me so that they can carry out some kind of cruel psychological abuse. So I don't think there's anything else. It's pretty much all the same stuff again, over and over. And the abuse is really, it's really pathetic, actually. But anyway, the only way it's going to stop completely, I think, is if these cameras are removed from my home, and I want them removed from my home as soon as possible. So that's the main reason I'm making this video right now. Because I don't deserve to be treated like this at all. So I also had people insinuate things about me all the time, that as a part of the abuse, that it's meant to try and trigger me into a fit of anger at the shopping centre. That's what they're trying to do. So they also exploited gay people today. I've seen that as well. They do that. But some of these people, they don't care. They exploit themselves. So, yeah. You know, people that are fighting for their own limitations. But anyway, they've got themselves involved in this, and you know, they're just looking for any way out now. And the only way for these people to not, you know, to get out of this, for some of them, you know, I've got to pass away. So some of these people are just desperate. And that's another reason why I need help, because, yeah, I said yesterday in that video, you know, it's these people are desperate. Some of them have mental disturbances, and some of them have really, you know, harsh drug habits. So I'm in a lot of danger, and they're very cruel. So thank you if you've listened to this video, and if you can help me in any way to have these cameras removed from my home so that I can get my human rights back, I'd really appreciate it. If you could reach out to me on the email that will be attached to this video. I'll also attach some videos to this one that explain more about the crimes that have gone on here in Campbelltown, New South Wales over the past 22 months. Oh, and I also, there's people that are actually throwing rubbish on the ground as a part of the abuse. It's everywhere. It's in the middle of the roads. It's in the car parks. People put things in the wrong bins deliberately just to try and make me angry. So this stuff doesn't even make sense, these people are doing. So that's another thing I've seen. So yeah, thank you if you've listened to this video. And if you can help me to raise public awareness about this, please contact me.